Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked off of turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network live tonight from the South Boston Speedway. It may be raining this afternoon and evening and raining out all the activity in the state of Florida, but we are hot here tonight in the state of Virginia, and welcome you aboard here to Full Velocity this evening with Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. What's going on, everybody? Phil LaCasse here, Jack joining on the controls, and this is Village Jack Attack for a Thursday night. It's kind of lonely this week. Got a broadcast partner alongside, but I guess, hey, I got one for one night, so Phil, you really can't complain. Missing Jeff Baconi this week. Guess he may have overslept the show this year, but great to have you. Thursday night, EastWest Promotions Modified Tour. We roll into the South Boston Speedway here, South Boston, Virginia, 410 Mile. Going to be an awesome night, right in the thralls of qualifying as we speak in the last couple of seconds, and currently on the quick time of the board, a guy who's won the last 2 times out, and that is none other than car number 191 of Ty Majeski. He's clocked in here, topping qualifying a 13.665. Colin Allman with us this week with car number 67. He's clocked in 13.703. 13.748 for the third place car currently, and that will be the number 88 of Keith Jeffrey. He is our current points leader. Dave Bodio, number 16. Good to see Dave back with us, currently sitting in fourth quick, 13.750, and Tyler Chadwick will clock in. I believe that's going to round out our top 5 as qualifying is over. Tyler clocking with a 13.779. So give Ty Majeski tonight's quick time of the evening, and he is going to be the guy to lead us to the pole here in our starting lineup for heat race number 1. We have heats, 3 of them to be exact, I believe. Let me make sure of that. Indeed, we've got 3 heat races to go. We'll a consolation round, and we'll have a 100 and what did I see? 50, 125. Let me verify that here as I'm clicking around. 125 lap main event here tonight. So a lot of racing to get to, and we'll do the best we can to cover it here with one voice and cover it out all night long here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But on the pole, take a look at our Voiles Trucking starting lineup. Ty Majeski with car number 191 will take the pole with Dave Bodio's number 16 alongside. In row number 2, we find car number 73 of Chris Franz with the number 71 of Gary Holbrick on the outside of row number 2. Row 3, the number 18 is Rick Webster with the number 21 of Kyle O'Danick. A slow qualifying run for Kyle. We'll put him to the backside of row number 3 here in heat race number 1. Row 4, the number 38 is Scott Bryant with the number 6 of Dylan Kopech, rounding out our top 4 rows and going shotgun on a 9-car field, scheduled to be car number 49 of Jay Perkins. So I believe we got all 9. Click around to get them out there. Yes, we do. So we'll take 9 out here, 410 miles. See, a little less than 14 seconds a lap. Things will happen really quickly here tonight in South Boston. We've had 12 laps throughout the heat races. Feels kind of long for a heat, but not on these cars here. These open wheel, ground pounding modifieds for the grace of God and 650 horsepower. And We love coming out here Thursday night to do it. Hope you guys will stick with us through the night. Did the best I could to get our links out there shared and out there everybody to see. If you guys could do me a favor as well, like our links out there, share the links. Yes, I know we've got Full Velocity out there going two ways as I'm competing against my partner Todd as he's over at VLR tonight on the dirt for a special event. So Bill and Jack are out here. We'll see if we get a broadcast partner in here shortly, but if we're not, we'll do the best we can for the course of the night with one voice as I try to become the voice, I guess, of the asphalt modified Janai Racing, but we'll try to take that on the best we can, I guess, for these next couple weeks and months and possible years to come. But the field is working its way down the back straightaway here at this 4/10 mile terrific speedway, South Boston Speedway. So many greats have won here and raced here over the years, and now we get to edge our quest here in the modifies this evening, and we got a fast front row with Ty Majeski and Dave Bodio who will lead us to our iRacingGuyFlag.com green flag up in the air as we go rolling down into turns number 3 and 4. Right away, Majeski going to take them off the corner. Bodio will fall back in line. Position 2, and the top 2 will already run away out there from the field. We exit turn number 4, and I got to work on these cameras. That is not a good view there at all. We fall back into third. We find the number 30 to 73 of Chris Franz here. Gary Holbrook, Kyle O'Danick with 21. He rides in that 5th spot, trying to make it happen down the back straightaway into turns number 3 and 4. His lap's going to go by in a hurry here. Already 2 laps complete. Already working lap number 3, and O'Danick has run his way to the back of the 71 of Gary Holbrook. Franz up ahead, then 73 up front. It's Ty Majeski and Dave Bodio show. They've already driven away a second and a half on the rest of this field. Majeski up to a half a second advantage there over Dave Bodio. So Ty looking to make quick work here in heat racing action. Guy who has won the last 2 times out here at the EastWest Modified Tour is had been a couple of good weeks we've seen here. The West Coast swing all over. We saw race out Irwindale and the ISM Raceway, where Ty was our most recent race winners. Can he make it 3 in a row here tonight? And good to see Dave Bodio back in the field as well, the all-time leading winner in the series here at the EastWest Modifieds. Dave Bodio riding in car number 16. He rides in position number 2, but he's fallen off from a full second already. Majeski out there lapping this racetrack, 13:88 last time around. That is just whipping around this joint here with a couple laps on tires. Gary Holbrook now put the 71 car up into the top 3. Chris Franz, Kyle O'Danick running on for the 5th spot. He's going to battle on his hands because Dylan Kopech is right behind him as well. As we're going to take the top 7 on to the main event. So 9 out there, top 7 will race on into our feature event. The rest will go into the concert that will follow us here through 3 heat races. So a lot of cars on hand. We'll send a couple home tonight, I believe, and we'll see who races on for 125 laps. Great to have you all aboard here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network here tonight as we just invade the state of Virginia. We've been stuck down in Florida. It's been a sunshine state. The weather's been terrific the last couple of weeks, but raining out today all throughout the state of Florida. Rained out the pavement at New Smyrna. They rained out at All Tech Speedway on the dirt. Rained out at Volusia also. So, man, there's been rain there all evening long, and that's not a good thing at all. So we're up here in Virginia. We're happy to be here because the weather is great. The racing is going to be great. And already now, as we got 2 laps remaining here in heat race number 1, Ty Majeski will lead them down to turns number 3 and 4. And this time, off of turn 4, the starter will put the white flag in the air for the first time tonight. We'll see a lot of whites here. A lot of racing here to go. Still, as Majeski will lead them, and he's got a big advantage. Grows now up to close to 2 seconds over Dave Bodio. Dave got a full second over Gary Holbrook, Kyle O'Danick, Chris Franz. Out of your top 5, it's checkered flag for Ty Majeski to give him the win in heat race number 1. Bodio, Holbrook, O'Danick, Franz, Jay Perkins, and Dylan Kopech. The 7 cars that'll transfer out of our heat race number 1. We'll send the other 2 drivers there to our consolation rounds, and those include the likes of Rick Webster and Scott Bryant. So heat race number 1 complete. I want to welcome you guys once again here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I know. We saw 2 streams of Full Velocity go out tonight, and yes, we are. We're out there in a big way as this machine just continues to oil on the dirt, on the pavement, wherever we may go. We'll be there, and sometimes out there in a little less of variety as I was hoping to have in here. Jeff Baconi's name all week long. Was hoping he would join me here tonight, but I guess not. So we'll take this one. Todd will carry VLR all by himself, and we're 2 big boys. We got what we do. And I got Jack chewing on the controls. So I'm stuck with Jack, and I'm always happy to be stuck with Jack. It is a fact, and he does always good work down there. Let's take a look at our starting lineup presented by Voiles Trucking for heat race number 2. On the pole will be car number 67 of Colin Allman with the number 09 of Tyler Chadwick to his outside. Second row, we welcome back to the network the driver of car number 41. That is Junior Hartville. Number 12 of Chris Hyatt to his outside. Rolling off fifth in heat race number 3 with car number 13. That'll be Brad Carpenter. With the number 99 of Glenn Pressel III to his outside, and making up row number 4, car number 29 of Zach Murphy. With car number 89 of Steve Rogers having a kind of a rough qualifying run. It looks like the last one there was the 29 of Ed Clark, but looks like we have only 8 out there, so 8 will take the post here, 12 laps around, and we saw Majeski out there dominate the field in heat race number 1. Well, let's see, because Colin Allman was just equally as quick in qualifying. 13.703 was blazing around this point, so can he pull off the likes of a guy like Tyler Chadwick, who's fast? Junior Harville has won a lot of races in this simulation. He knows the fast way around at car number 41. We definitely will keep an eye on all the breakings as they happen. And we come off turn number 4. Let's go back under the RacingGuyFlag.com green flag, and Colin Allman. Tyler Chadwick will lead him off of turn number 2 for the first time, and already go out to a single file formation side by side. Back there running for the 3rd spot there, over in 3. So we find Junior Harville and Chris Harmon is. So I gotta see, can't get my button right here on this camera. What is going on here? Harville gonna roll into that 3rd spot there in car number 41, dropping now with 12 of Hyatt into the 4th spot. And you look right behind Steve Rogers, number 89. Steve started in the back. That's a guy with a loud right foot already up in the top 5 and beginning to run down that number 12 car ahead of him. So can Steve Rogers, already running in 5th, can he run down the likes of a Chris Hyatt? Can Junior Harville run down the likes of Tyler Chadwick? And how about the race leader, Mr. Colin Allman out there? 3 laps complete. He's already out to about a 0.3 of a second advantage between him and Mr. Chadwick, and Harville there right behind. So top 3 kind of broken away for the most part. So we speed by the start-finish line, complete 4 laps in the books. Colin Allman doing a hell of a job out there with car number 67. Chadwick there in for 2. Tyler Chadwick's a guy who I really expect there is more times in the simulation, more times in these race cars, that he is going to be a force in this simulation for a lot of time to come. We're seeing some solid runs come out of that guy, but just hasn't been able to put the bow on a really, really dominating, a really good solid run all night long. So we'll see. Is South Boston the place where the 09 puts himself onto the podium? I expect that. And following the guy's career closely here in the Northeast, and I think he's going to whirl the talent. You can see it here on display every night, every Thursday night, live on your source for esports racing here at the EastWest Modified Tours. A couple races remain in the season. I believe we have 3 left here as we round out the month of February with these guys. So we'll let these guys take a break, and they'll come back for a whole new season. And you can bet we'll be right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network when the time comes. But we got a great one here tonight in South Boston already. 8 laps complete in heat race number 2. Colin Allman is just pulling away the likes of Tyler Chadwick. Tyler's gapped himself and Junior Harville by about already 2 seconds. You find Chris Hyatt back there running in 4th, and then a big gap back to Steve Rogers in 5th. Looks like that's some cars already pull in, including the likes of Zach Murphy, Brad Carpenter, and Glenn Pressel III. So those drivers have already come to pit road, and maybe something they're not liking with their race car, they're saving it. Maybe there's a tire limit here tonight. Not even sure what the deal may be, but they're already on pit road. So let's take a look here up front as Ullman continues to just dominate in this one, as he will take the 2 to go this time by. This time the white flag over the 4/10 miles. So this one's getting away in a hurry. Let's make sure we catch up with the race leader as he exits turn number 2 and down this short little back straightaway. Here in 3 and 4, checkered in the air. Colin Allman will picking up the win in heat race number 2. Second goes to Chadwick. Harville for 3rd. Hyatt will grab 4th. Steve Rogers with a top 5. Zach Murphy will grab 6th, although he was already behind the wall, but he'll get a transfer spot. As will Brad Carpenter's number 13. Glenn Pressel will be on, I believe, into our consolation round if this holds true. So with 2 heat races in the books, and said, welcome you guys aboard. Going to be a great night of racing here live at the South Boston Speedway. Let's thank all of the great sponsors out there you have with the Full Velocity Racing Network. See John O'Danick out there watching on, cheering on for son Kyle out there tonight. John, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Been keeping up with you guys really closely. See you guys have been interacting quite a bit there on the Full Velocity Network fans page. But got to thank the sponsors here tonight. Got to thank Team Hard Motorsports, iRacingGuyFlag.com, Voiles Trucking, J-Max Journeys. Check them out at jmaxstrong.com. Also got to thank BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. Also the South Texas Speedway, Corpus Christi's place to race. Milner Media and Design, our buddy Charlie Milner. Some great work here with the videos, the graphic work he gives us here at Full Velocity. Got to thank Sheffield Graphics, our all-new onboard camera sponsor. Also got to thank Trash Panda Graphics, 3D Racing, the Pit Mass by Katie Dugas, JP Designs, the Cyber Thunder Racing League, iRacing Dirt Painters, in the TDR Racing League. None of this possible without all of them. None of this possible without all of you who will make this happen for us here night after night live on Full Velocity. Let's take a peek at our Royal Trucking starting lineup for heat race number 3 on the pole with number 88. That is Keith Jeffrey, and alongside Jerry or Joey Maxiero. Well, yeah, Joey M. That's a name that's going to get me for a loop there. He'll roll off second as we go under the green flag. Andrew McKenzie out there with the 019 will start third with Corey Stocker aboard car number 28. Derek Trowbridge, the number 58, our 5th starter here for Heat 3 with Brad Ringer. Back with us this week in the number 4. He was started 6th. Doug Cockerham's number 86. Steve Costley's in the 76 car, and I believe that will make them all. So 8 cars out there, top 7 guaranteed on. I'm beginning to kind of wonder if with the guys we have here, I believe they may all race in the main event. So I'll have to wait and see if we have a Cotsy following this one here for 12 laps around as we follow Keith Jeffrey. Guy who leads the points, and it's opened up the interval the last couple of weeks with some really solid finishes. He's finished with a top 3. I believe 3 of the last 4 races, 4 of the last 5 races, indeed, I should say, for the 88 car. And that's the way you go out there. You win championships, and he's doing just that. Dave Bodio was with us, 3 races ago. So he's missed the last 2. That's allowed Keith to really pad his points leaders. I'm trying to pull this up here in a little bit and give you guys exactly what the figures are. But one guy, maybe a lot to get over on my screen and get all this stuff kind of pulled up so we don't miss any of the action that we can. But I do know for sure the 88 with a commanding point advantage as we come down to the last races here. Of course, tonight's big one in South Boston. I want to get Joey's name right. So Joey, the 106. That's a hell of a last name there. And if anybody's out there watching through either Facebook Live or I'll try to monitor over YouTube and Twitch TV, I see our buddy Kevin out there watching tonight, rooting on the 28. To see that, Corey Starker with a fan out there tonight. But yeah, if you can help me out, I grew up with a guy like Derek Pernasiglio on this road. You think I'd get this one? Ciaro? I don't know. You even got a chance on that one, Jack? I don't have a clue. I don't know. I'm not an Italian, but that's a hell of a name. Good to see you now. I hope I don't get it wrong, because I hate if that means a mafia tie and could give me a whack or whatever. Oh no, let's cover what's going on the speedways. Jeffrey leads over Joey. Joey with the greatest last name in all the sim racing right there. Andrew McKenzie running in 3rd. This one's been the most competitive. Well, Joey M. That's what we'll call him. Joey M for the night. How about that? Because I'm determined to get that one right, but I'll kill it every time I try. Brad Ringer, Derek Trowbridge. That is our top 5. Already down to 2 laps remaining next time by for the 80 of Keith Jeffrey. So qualifying has really gone by like a blink here. Heats have really been pretty good. We saw Ty Majeski win heat race number 1. Colin Allman win heat race number 2. And now 1 lap away. Can Keith Jeffrey grace his name into victory lane here for the 3rd one, because he's got 1.1 seconds there over Joey McKenzie back there in 3rd. Brad Ringer, Derek Trowbridge, Corey Stocker, Steve Costley, Doug Cockerham is already down on pit road. So off to number 4, checkered flag in the air, and give heat race number 3 to Keith Jeffrey for the number 88. Joey in for 2. Andrew McKenzie 3rd. Trowbridge, Stocker, Ringer, Costley, Cockerham. That'll finish out our 8-car field. So qualifying heats are done. So let's see what iRacing has in store for us next. It is going to go to a Cotsy. So let's see what we got on tap for a Cotsy. They're going to go 12 laps around here. Top 5 will go on. I'm going to see, do we have more than 5 to take it? We have 6 on the schedule. So let's go through the 6 cars on the pole with the number 18. That'll be Rick Webster with the number 99 of Glenn Pressel on the outside of the first row. Row 2, Doug Cockerham, number 86. Scott Bryant's number 38. I don't believe Ed Clark is here. And is Tommy Bergeron with us in the 093? That's a name I didn't see come out here in qualifying. So he's found himself into the lineup for heat race number 3. So I'm going to guess it's taken 5. I don't see the 093 of Bergeron. So I believe the call is going to be made for 3 cars, because Doug Cockerham has already left as well. I guess we'll get 3. So they're trying to get down. Maybe they're jealous of the numbers we have here in the booth tonight with Phil and Jack. I mean, I don't know. 3 cars out there. I've called some 3-car races before. They were good. They can kind of string out. All I know is We'll go 12 laps around. What do you guys think out there tonight? Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. Kind of light us up a little bit if you can. Let us know what's going on. We're not going to follow this one here too terribly closely. I think we're all going to agree they're all racing on into the main. So what is all on your mind? What are you thinking? It's been a great week. How about, in the middle now of what is going to be, the speed month here. February is, we got the modifieds down to New Smyrna Speedway. I was watching through speed51.com for practice all afternoon, following some of the likes of J.R. Bertuccio's down there and Ryan Priest of the world that were taking laps in the number 6 car earlier on. So was checking out all what was going on down in the asphalt modified world all day. I know Todd's been plugged in for the last 48 hours. I think he's been glued to the All-Tech Speedway watching the big block modified action going on down there. And then, of course, everybody's down there for sprint cars. The Dirt Week down at the Volusia Speedway is they'll be down there the next 2 weeks racing on. So there's a lot of racing in the state of Florida. Too bad that weather didn't cooperate today, but man, that stinks. But I'll tell you what, the time we did see for practice this afternoon, New Smyrna looks like the place to be in the pavement, as it always is. Who really wants to go out to that big speedway and watch some taxi cabs go around? Let's let the real men race out there in these open wheel modifieds on the pavement, or go do it where the big boys play in the dirt. And that's where our buddy Todd is out tonight with VLR for, I'm sure where they're racing at. Was trying to peeking in there a little while ago, but I know we got 3 cars out there. We're in the middle of B main, and we're 3 laps complete where Rick Webster leads Glenn Pressel and Scott Bryant, and they're right together. They're nose to tail. So this one maybe could we get some drama in a B main? I've never heard of a drama in a B main, but I have. I'll go back to yesteryears, where we followed the SK Light or SK division. For those who likes the SK division, small block modifieds in the Northeast, and I remember the likes of Waterford Speed Bowl years ago, where some guy with the last name of Bodine, the third Bodine, Todd Bodine, was in the last chance qualifiers every week at Waterford, and it was a 50-50 shot on a weekly basis of each race. And this is going back many, many moons ago. If anybody can date me back with that time, or even predate me a little bit, we've kind of seen a lot. Tell you what, anybody out there listening to my voice and go with me is, I don't know, maybe even Jack. I know Jack's not from out here, but I know Jack kind of predates me, being kind of older than dirt sometimes too. So, and I'll say that because I know he can't kick me. Because if he kicks me, then he's got to do all the talking, and he's not going to do that. But I bet it's a novel idea. I'm sure he's thinking about it. But I'll pray with you, Jack, that...
User was moved out of your channel. User joined your channel.
All right, so he moves me out of the broadcast booth. That's one way to take care of me, I guess. That'll show me up. But we got 2 laps remaining in the B-Main. This time off turns number 3 and 4. Rick Webster, Glenn Pressel now. Glenn Pressel got around Webster there already. Scott Bryant down on pit road. So this one's been really anticlimactic. It's been more like a practice for these 3 cars. It looks like Pressel may get a win on the Full Velocity Racing Network. He is 1 lap away. White flag in the air on the B-Main for the driver of the car number 99. Glenn Pressel, the third, will lead the likes of Rick Webster off of turn number 2. Scott Bryant's car already on pit road, getting ready for the feature. So Pressel off 3 and 4 under the checkered flag. Glenn Pressel will win the B-Main here at the South Boston Speedway. So that means only a couple more places left to go. And it's time for 125 laps of a feature event for the East-West Modified Tour. But before we get there, let's take a pause. Let's throw this thing trackside. Let's pay honor to the greatest nation in the world, the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, the iRacing iFly countdown clock is eclipsed number 0. That is time for a 125-lap main event, the South Boston Speedway for the EastWest Promotions Modified Tour run here on Thursday night. So let's take it through top 4. Inver on the pole with car number 16. That'll be Dave Bodio, and alongside of him, the adversary teammate from that Jim Beaver Esports team, car number 88, that'll be Keith Jeffrey. In row number 2, we find car number 67 of Colin Allman, and alongside two-time winner here last time out, car number 191, Ty Majeski on the outside of row number 2. In row number 3 with car number 09, we find Tyler Chadwick with Joey M. 106. We're going to have fun with that one on the outside of row number 3. Gary Holbrick and Junior Harville, they'll make up our 4th row with Andrew McKenzie and Kyle O'Danix, number 21, rolling off from position number 10. Chris Hyatt will start 11th tonight. He's in car number 12 with Derek Trowbridge in the number 58, rolling off from position number 12. 13th starter, Chris Franz with car number 73, and part next door to him, the number 89. It's Steven Rogers. Corey Steckert rolls off in position number 15. He is in car number 28 with the number 49 of Jason Perkins on the outside of our 8th row. In row 9, we find the number 29 of Zach Murphy with the number 4 of Brad Ringer. He rolling off 18th, row 10. The number 6 of Dylan Kopech with car number 13 of Brad Carpenter to his outside. Steve Costley starts 21st. He is in car number 76. With our B-main winner, Glenn Pressel III, he rolling off position number 22. 23rd starter, car number 18 of Rick Webster with the number 88 of Scott Bryant. He will roll off position number 24. I believe Doug Cockerham and Tom Bergeron have put their cars on the truck for the night. So 24 drivers make here to the 23 drivers out here is 23. Phil can't math or odd or English or whatever it might be as we get ready to rock and roll for 125 laps around. Going to thank our girl, the Queen Bee's in the house, Katie Dugas, saying what's up. Glad to see our sister out there. 100 stars, Katie, you are the best as always. See Jeff Brown's out there watching, a couple of guys out there watching as well. Let's go on to the iRacingIFlag.com green flag here, 125 laps around the 4/10 miles south of Boston Speedway. Dave Bodio, Keith Jeffrey going to lead them there off turn number 4 to complete lap number 1 already. I got to work on this camera. I got to zoom it out more because I can't see enough or I'm too far away from the action, but we work off turn number 2 where Bodio leads right away in 16. Yet Colin Allman now up to second. Jeffrey has lost third to the 191 car of Ty Majeski, and Ty going to try to run down these top 2. Allman going to take a peek down low under Bodio for the race lead off of 2 and down this short little back straightaway. It happens so quickly here at South Boston Speedway. A little less than 14 seconds a lap. We're at a dead heat to start finish line. Colin Allman now up to our race lead aboard that number 67. See, can he bring teammate and buddy Ty Majeski. Them absolutely Ty speeds like a speeding freight train around Dave Bodio. So Allman and Majeski now going to be top 2 in the field. Bodio dropping back to that 3rd spot. Keith Jeffrey, Tyler Chadwick going to be our top 5 early on. Now let's see, can Ty Majeski, who has been fast here all night long, can he maybe work his way around Colin Allman's number 72? He's up to the outside, making some things happen. Or Bodio's, that's still Dave Bodio with the race lead. Sure is. Why is my timing and scoring messed up? Still click the right button. It is Dave Bodio up front still. See, cameras aren't working. I got to fix that. Now we're in a dead heat to lead off with you. Allman down low. Majeski will come up high. We got a 3-car race to the race lead. How about blind announcer boy just dropping it like a big one here? Big old dud. I feel naked by myself out here Thursday night. I don't have Jeff McConey with me. I don't have Todd Stanton with me. I have Jack Truan, the best director in the land of the house. He does a hell of a job, and we had a good one going on here. Allman to the low side now of Mr. Bodio off of turn number 4. Not sure how I feel about this camera view I've got right here. Trying to catch all the action I can and feel like I'm in a little box. Majeski running the outside lane. I wonder how long you can run the outside while the tires really give up in a 2-wide scenario. I would assume the low side would be the way around. I wish guys like Jeff were here for that engineering background of a guy who knows all these short tracks like the back of his hand. We'll definitely miss it. I'll have to shoot him a line after and say, hey, we missed you here on East West on Thursday night, because it's been just a blessing and really a good time to have the insights of him in the house. I see Allman, Majeski, Bodio, Keith Jeffrey. The top 4 have pretty much run away and hid for the rest of this field out front. Already back. We look back there in 5th. Tyler Chadwick is holding on. He's got Joey Moxiero. I'm sure I'm getting it wrong, but we'll try it again here at some point. Running in 6th. 7th, we find Kyle O'Danick from 10th up to 7th. Junior Harville's 41 back there in 8th. Gary Holbrick in 9th. Andrew McKenzie running out our top 10. But Ken Dave Bodio running so far a really strong race. Majeski's made his way to 2nd, and now going to take a look on the outside lane for the lead off of 3 and 4 and give the race leader no surprise to all. Anybody who follows iRacing's been following this tour. He has won the last 2 times out, is making a meteoric rise up the point standings. No doubt about it. Ty Majeski going to take the race lead now 14 laps in for 125 lap jaunt through around the South Boston Speedway. Allman will fall back there for 2nd. Leave a pair of Jim Beaver Esports teammates to race it on for 3rd between Jeffrey and Bodio. Give it to Keith there as he's to the low side. Bodio may fall back into the tracks of Tyler Chadwick now in the number 09. They run now nose tail for 3rd, 4th, and 5th respectively, waiting to see if something breaks up front. South Boston's a really cool racetrack, really cool place. You always see a lot of, not really a 2-lane racetrack. It's kind of gets 1 lane, but we'll slow it on down already. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hard-ass racing, our first Team Hard Motorsports caution flag of the night. We begin lap 17. We'll slow them on down, put the pace car out there, and we'll see what happened to put us under our first yellow flag of the night and our first full velocity instant replay brought to you by J-Max Journeys. Check them out today over at jmaxstrong.com. As Jack has it shown off, I believe Jay Perkins got turned around off the bumper of the 89 of Steve Rodder. So I believe both of them coming together and making contact. A little bit of a checkup as we'll go back here and take a look here with everybody else on the replay of what happened. And I got to figure out why I'm so delayed, but let's see. A little nose to tail, yeah, little bump. There it is, right there. Go sideways. Jay Perkins goes around. Our first yellow flag of the night on lap number 15 now, as we'll put 18 in the books here under the yellow flag. And we'll see if these cars have to come to pit road at 125 lap sales. A little early to come in now and take tires or whatnot, but we'll see what we can do here. Is I'm going to work on let's see, different camera, get this thing zoomed out a little bit. I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing, and let's see if we can't give him. I got to switch cameras, Jack. Exactly what I'm doing. We're going to work on that. Right now, we're efforting. We're going to hit load on that. Do that. Believe that's going to be a whole lot better than I got right there. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit more zoomed out. Now I can kind of see where we're at off the flag stand and not have these things zooming past me here as quick as they could be. Got to thank Shane Weinmiller. That guy does a lot of the camera work for us, and we certainly appreciate all of his efforts as making these things out for us so we can call one of these races and not be thrown away by all the iRacing camera changes they pulled in Great to see. Thank you to Shane Weinmiller for all his work with our camera views. I look over to Facebook Live chat. I see we've got Ken Blackberg out there coming over from Backwards Hat. You guys saw you over there. Alan's out there watching as well. Welcome you guys all aboard to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Glad you've come to Phil's side tonight here, watching some pavement racing. I know Todd's got VLR on the dirt. You know, we're kind of simulcast, simulstream, head-to-head with my partner. Know how I feel about that here on Thursday nights, but oh, hey, what the heck now? 21 laps going up onto the scoreboard with Ty Majeski leading Colin Allman, Keith Jeffrey, Dave Bodio, Tyler Chadwick, Joey M. there running in 6th, 7th for Kyle O'Dadick, Junior Harville 8th, Andrew McKenzie running 9th, and Gary Holbrick. Gary started 7th. He's still in the top 10 there running in 10th as I believe the lights go out around this 4/10 mile South Boston Speedway. That Chevrolet Corvette pace car about to make its way onto the pit lane, and we'll go back under the RacingEyeFlag.com green flag go in the air. Ty Majeski will be the first to hit that loud pedal down and lead him off at turn number 1 and 2. Colin Allman had a thought off the second turn. Maybe take a look-see down to the low side. Thought better than that. Falls in line. Leaves the teammates right behind between Dave Bodio and Keith Jeffrey. Big pick up a race going on back there for 3rd and 4th. We'll see. It's Bodio right now is, we're going to slow it down already. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Second yellow flag of the night. Only lap number 24. And we have a turtle. Oh, boy. We're going to take a look at a J-Max Strong, J-Max Journey's instant replay. We'll see what this turtle, who it is, what in the world happened. Jack says it's a mess, so let's go back and see the mess here. Who's our turtle, Jack? 18 of Rick Webster. From the B main, and now 20-something laps in. Oh, almost a leader. Nope, that's a full turtle. A full turtle. Rick Webster, he gives us 1 point on the network as we're under yellow. Second time, 25 laps in on your source for eSports Racing. Steve Rod is also involved. We'll take a drink here. We'll pause. We'll come back with the call to restart live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, we're ready for a restart here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And observation, hey Jack, guess what? That's not a Camaro or a Corvette up front. That's a Mustang. It's a Mustang. That's a Ford Mustang. How could I miss the blue over there? Not really observing out there tonight. Been a long day, I'm not going to lie. But Ty Majeski will lead us back to the RacingEyeFlag.com. Green flag is Colin Allman will fall in for second. Bring this battle back here going on for third between Bodio and Keith Jeffrey. Here comes Joey M, the 106 down low. I see Marcelo Refreno, who I know from SK Modified Racing up here in the Northeast. The last couple of years really burst on the scene. So Marcelo, thank you for coming out, my friend. Really good to see you out there live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're going to call him Mooch. I'm not sure how to even approach that name. How about Joey Mooch out there in the 106? He's up now in the top 5. Tyler Chadwick, the 09 there. He's running 5th down. Mooch running in the 6th spot. So we're going to go with Mooch. Oh, thank you very much for bringing that out for me here tonight. Give me kind of a little bit of a a breather. I've been stressing on that name for a little bit. We've chewed on it. We've beat it up. We've kind of called it wrong probably 8,000 times. We'll go with Mooch. Sounds good. As we're going to be double file for third off turn number 4. Dave Bodio underneath of Keith Jeffries, number 88. Tyler Chadwick there in the 09. Tyler's a guy with a lot of talent as well. And Mr. Refrano's out there listening. I'd love to see him out here come out on Thursday night. I know he's a hell of a talented modified driver. So if you want to come out and be part of this, man, get a hold of everybody out here at East West Promotions. A great league. They run Thursday nights. We're wrapping up this season. Sounds like they'll take a little bit of break, and then they'll come back here Thursday nights for what sounds like going to be a really awesome season of racing. We'll have it all here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. So we get more guys into the fray. The busy racing season is still coming. But, for the guys during the week that, aren't out there chasing all the tours and whatnot on the weekend, crisscrossing, we'll be here. We hope you guys will be as well. As we got Ty Majeski leading the way over Colin Allman, Keith Jeffrey, Dave Bodio, Tyler Chadwick. They've run away. You got Mooch back there running in 6th. Kyle O'Danick for 7th. Junior Hartville is Andrew McKenzie 9th. And Gary Holbrick holding steady in the top 10. And yes, Jack, we're going to go with Mooch the rest of the night. Marcello gave us Mooch. On board with Mooch. Let's go on board with Mooch there. Sheffield Graphics on board. You guys need a nice looking 6'8". Mike Sheffield over at Sheffield Graphics does a hell of a job. Paints a lot of the cars we see over at the Cyber Thunder Racing League. So want to thank him, our all-new official onboard sponsor for 2020. Check him out today. Find Sheffield Graphics on Facebook. Get a hold of Mike as we saw Mooch in the in-car. Oh yeah, he did about wreck. Those cars look to be a handful. Getting a little bit greasy out there is a bit, not quite so humid, but a nice day down here in South Virginia. It could be worse. You could be down in Florida where it was raining all evening long and track temperature 89. I'm glad Jack's got all that to give me. So that track may be a little bit warm right now. Cars slip sliding around, and we got one around. Yellow on the speedway for the 3rd time. 42 laps in. We have another Hard Motorsports yellow flag as they start checking down in the back. I know we've claimed a couple of cars here early. Scott Bryant was involved early with Steve Costley and Chris France. Let's see who the most recent 71 of Barry Holbrick and the number 29 of Zach Murphy had a little bit of a disagreement. So let's see what happened to put us under our latest yellow flag. Yellow flag number 3, hard hit to the wall right there. Who is this? What car was that up in the wall? Was that? Oh, it was Murphy's 29. Holbrick got shot at the racetrack there on the low side. May have overshot the corner. Just kind of washed it uphill and up into the left rear with 29. Goes for a ride. It's a hard hit with the nose. Almost got a little bit brushed away by. That's the story of Hard Motorsports. Yellow flag number 3 live on your source for esports racing. All right, we got the lights out atop the Ford Mustang. iRacing.com pace cars. We'll go back to green flag racing. 46 laps will be complete. A 125-lap main event time. Majeski, Colin Allman leading the way. Has an event all night long, and they'll go 1-2 off of turn number 2. This race for 3rd. This has been where the racing has been all night long with Dave Bodio, Keith Jeffrey. Now Kyle O'Danick, number 21, with a hell of a restart. or it's Mooch of the 06 to the outside doing a hell of a job. Thought that was O'Danick. No, it was O'Danick right behind Mooch of the 06. He's to the outside of Jeffrey. Let's race it for fourth over in turn number 3 and 4. Jeffrey on the bottom, our points leader. Mooch up high. They bank some wheels. Mooch a little kiss with the wall, but he'll keep thing rolling. That put Joey Mucciaro up there to position number 5. Kyle O'Danick out to the outside of Keith Jeffrey. Also Tyler Chadwick. So a racetrack that I would normally think would be a little bit low side dominant is showing us a little bit different. We've seen a lot of the passes done up high, and that'll make for a good night. Reminds me a lot of the old, IRP was like that a lot in the day too, where you really had to really run that car up high. You really ran down low. If you can make a car go fast on the low side, you were money there for a long time. South Boston really taking us to a throwback of that. South Boston's an old school throwback type of racetrack too. So really cool racing out here is also for years and years of the state of Virginia. Ty Majeski, he has been the guy on a mission. Put a quick time up in practice, quick time in qualifying. Won his heat race going away. Started 4th for the redraw. Took 13 laps to put the number 191 car up into the race lead. Colin Allman has been his best threat all evening long aboard car number 67. Colin running in that second spot. Don't know a lot about Colin at all. I think it's his first start of the season. It completely is. But we've seen guys like Majeski bring guys to the posse like Brandon Wilkinson. We've seen a couple different guys come out here with him the last couple of weeks as well. So Colin Allman may be a part of that team as well as we look here as I'm refreshing to the paint. See if we can read some of the decals on front of that side of that car. See if we can get a glimpse of what Colin, where he comes from, who he's racing with. Those guys are really hooked up. They run 1-2 off of turn number 2 and we're starting to approach halfway. 5 laps to go on the board. 125 lap main event. And Ty Majeski tonight going for 3 in a row at EastWest Promotions. Part of the modified tour with a couple weeks left of racing to come. And we got that live on our schedule. We had a full schedule of events here on the network. You're liking what you see. You like what we hear. We'll do pavement. We do a lot of stuff on the dirt. We go back into our 2003 Lake. Will be tomorrow night with the Polar Bear 250 at Talladega. We are multiverse, multi-platform. If you would like to see what all we're up to or possibly get your dates scheduled out here, we're already booked up through getting to the month of March and April. So you guys want to get yourself booked here on your source for esports racing. Get out to the Full Velocity Racing Network page now on Facebook. Go to our website, fullvelocitytv.com, and you'll be in the mix with our entire schedule of events and see what we're up to on a nightly basis. A full schedule the next weeks to come as we are jam-packed this weekend for sure. Got a couple of big ones Saturday at Richmond here, the Gander Truck Series, the Miller Media and Design 200 presented by BladeNo.com on Saturday. Saturday night, we're over at the Eldora Speedway, the 3rd annual 410 Sprint Car Classic. That'll be on our airwaves at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday night. We also have coverage of the Wild West Outlaw Dirt Series on Saturday. Sunday, a big one with the UDRA Super Series. We got 1 races left to go with the Louisville Speedway. We'll be there in the afternoon on Sunday, and then a doubleheader on Sunday night with Dirt Series, their first race of the Indoor Nationals, and the critically acclaimed BladeNo.com Sunday Shootout for Dirt Warrior Racing League. So we are going to be super, super busy. We would not have it any other way as we head back to racing here. As we look now halfway, 62 laps, got 125 on the board. Ty Majeski has led basically the first majority of this now. But 50 laps, he's up there at the race lead. Colin Allman back there riding in second. 1.5 seconds back, we find Dave Bodio. A gap between Dave and Joey Mooch. Mooch went there to 06 running in the 4th spot. Kyle O'Danick in 5th. And Keith Jeffrey. Kind of weird to see Jeffrey got some of the top 5, but Keith has dropped back to the 6th spot. Hey, Jack, what you got for us? What? Say that again? We have got stars tonight from Pretty Dugas, but that's a great segue right there. How about some stars donations, gang, out there through Facebook Live if you're watching there so far. Stars donations, gang, they help us keep our broadcast rates really low and affordable. That really assists in getting us out here to so many leagues and covering night after night. So stars donations, gang, you can throw some our way. They keep our overhead low. They keep our rates low. They make you a part of our family. We welcome everybody's contributions in to the Full Velocity Racing Network. So many great sponsors, so many great people behind us. And we ask you guys to be a part of our family as well. So if you can chip in with some stars donations there through Facebook, we would certainly appreciate that. We have a big goal they've given us for February. And we got a call out from our friends at Backwards Hat that covered for us here on Sunday night. They brought in over 2,000 stars on a Sunday night. Can you guys help me there tonight? We're 100 from Katie, but we have a 50,000 stars goal here for the month of February. That is a huge number. We'll see how much you guys love us and appreciate what we do there. So Stars Donations Gang, help us out as we just continue to ripple out the laps. Now 70 going on the scoreboard. Majeski is laying this field to waste here. Him and Colin Allman have pulled out, almost a full 2 seconds. Are down. It's on a 1.1. So Dave Bodio's car beginning to come to life. Aboard the number 16. He currently runs in third. Joey Mucciaro back there running in the fourth spot. Kyle O'Danick now 21. He is back in sixth. Fifth, I should say. Keith Jeffrey running in sixth. Tyler Chadwick, he has slid backwards into seventh. Andrew McKenzie is eighth. Ninth, we find Jay Perkins and Steve Rogers. Good rebound for that 89. He currently back now up at the top. And 11th, we find Corey Stockert. Chris Hyatt is running in 12th. Brad Ringer for 13th. Junior Harville. Junior has slipped back to 14th. And 15th, we find Brad Carpenter, number 13. Steve Costley out there in the lead lap. He currently runs in 16th. 17th is Dylan Kopech. Chris Franz is 18th. He is 2 laps down. Dylan Kopech has lost a lap to the leader. 3 laps down, we find Scott Bryant. We have Zach Murphy, Gary Holbrick, Derek Trowbridge, Glenn Pressel III, Rick Webster. Those drivers behind the wall. So we start at 24 here tonight. We've got, 16 or 17 left on the speedway here. On the lead lap, Dylan Kopech losing a lap. Steve Costley, maybe the next in line. Him and Brad Carpenter, Junior Hartville. That's a really heavy hitter. That just shows you the speed Ty Majeski has had aboard that number 191 tonight. Last time by 14.24. So they have slowed down at a big clip. Qualifying tonight was a 13.67. That gave Majeski quick time. So this track has lost 3/4 of a second over the course of what is now 77 laps. And he's starting to pull away. 4/10 of a second now has fallen back to Colin Allman's number 67. So we go back now with 2 seconds of Dave Bodio, 3.5 till we find Mooch in the 06. Kyle O'Danick within car lengths of them. That may be arguably the best race we have currently on the speedway. Maybe for positions number 4 and 5. So let's take a peek over there. What's going on as they turn number 3 and 4. Mooch leading O'Danick. It looks like by 2 car lengths. Everybody kind of single file. That's kind of what modified racing is. You log a lot of laps. You make a lot of time. You got to let these cars come to you. It's not like the dirt where you sling and throw dirt all night long and throw them out sideways. You got to hit your rhythm here on the asphalt. That's why you see a lot of straight line racing. A lot of people call this kind of racing boring. This is absolutely awesome to me. You got to set up your car. It's about hitting your marks, being in a rhythm, getting your car good for the long run. This one here, nose to tail. That's 3 really good ones. Joey M. Yeah, maybe the brakes are getting kind of hot. You definitely, for sure. You can see a couple of cars really glowing on the left front. So fire extinguishers for the brake rotors may not be a bad idea either. That's a really good call, Jack. Taylor, I don't say a lot. What he does is usually pretty insightful. Does a great job, and appreciate Jack Sherwin coming out and spending Thursday night with me. He hears me a lot, basically talking to ourselves for the gang that watches us out there through Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. We certainly appreciate that. As I see, let's see, you got John O'Danick over there. You're on for Kyle. Kyle's over. Willie Harmon out there, our buddy from Kansas City, Kansas. Willie checking into the chat box on Facebook. Willie, hope all is well, man. Yeah, I'm doing pavement tonight. Look at my partner. He's over in the dirt doing what they do. Down and dirty guys over in the dirt doing a hell of a job. But we're running down our laps here now. 85 will be complete this time by. So that's 40 laps remaining. And here at the South Boston Speedway, that is really no time at all. Can Ty Majeski hold on and pick up his 3rd consecutive win in the series? He's really done one hell of a job in that wheeling that race car week after week. He potentially, the other 2 races we saw him here, he had race-winning capable cars, was caught up in a wreck late, had a car break the week before. He was out there just laying him, I believe, at USA. He was really wearing him out in the 200. Car had a late race issue, so Ty Majeski potentially could be looking for win number 5, but going for 3rd checkered flag of our season here at the EastWest Modified Tour is zip on by. We'll put 87 laps in the books. Just looking for some good racing or position battles or cars that may potentially be side by side. And I'm not finding anything really of note to talk about. I was back here watching Junior Harville, number 41. He just fell off the lead lap. Him and Brad Carpenter were having a good race. Steve Costley was back there. Brad Ringer is up ahead and car number 4 trying to hold on to the lead lap. And Brad's up there running in 13th. And I'm going to tell you what, at a place like South Boston, I would be tickled pink if I come out here to modify it and finish with a top 13, and 4 cars doing that, but he looks in his mirror, and the race leader is coming. Let's see what we get this time by a Ringer's car, 1450. And it's not too far behind him, about 10 car lengths back. You find the race leader, Majeski, who nice clocked in last time by a 1428. So that car's still putting some rubber to the pavement and really making it happen. He's pulled almost a full second. Colin Allman now, Colin 1/8 of a second behind, and you wonder if that car's got any kind of goodie left in it to race him down. Dave Bodia running in third. He's been really strong, but he has faded to 2.5 seconds behind. So there's some really good race cars we got here. We got Joey Mooch out there. He's got a really good piece currently running in fourth. He trails 4.5 seconds to Mr. Majeski, Kyle O'Danick, and Keith Jeffrey. Those are 2 guys that have really had some really terrific racing here at EastWest the last couple of months, and they run back there in 5th and 6th respectively. Tyler Chadwick's had a good night in the 09. He's fallen back to 7th, and he's got Andrew McKenzie, the 19, right behind him, and McKenzie's beginning to run him down a little bit, so it looks like Chadwick's car maybe starting to wash away here as we're going to put 94 laps complete this time by as we exit turn number 3 and 4. And the warm track temperatures are certainly war. You got to imagine these cars are beginning to be a handful. They're probably on the edge of stepping out. For guys like myself, and I wish I had Jeff Coney, my usual partner on Thursday nights, with me, and I would ask him the exact same question. How are these cars handling right now? If Marcello's still out there watching, I want to ask guys like him or guys who may be listening who have experience with these cars, how much are these things worn right now? How much of an actual true handful are these cars to handle right now? They have big wide tires. We know that about modifieds for sure. And you can really run the heck out of them, and they stick to the ground really well. But the wonder is we start to get greasy. They start to slide around. How much of a handful they are, and I guess we're going to get a chance to take a look at that because we do have a Hard Motorsports yellow flag on the speedway, 2 laps shy of 100 laps. We slow it on down again. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. We have 12 cars left on the lead lap now. Let's see what happened to put us under our most recent yellow flag here. Full Velocity Instant Replay brought to you by jmaxstrong.com. Check out Jonathan's journeys over there as he's been battling back from a stroke. I know he's got the Modern Gamer out there also on, I believe it's on Facebook, where he gets out there and wreckfest with the hand controls. They put a rig together. That's really cool to watch as well. So check them out, jmaxstrong.com. Let's see what the replay shows. Oh, Jack Ollie got it and showing it off. And who spun out, Jack? 38 of Scott Bryant. And as strung out as they were, I have to believe this may have been a selfie. Take a look. No, we've seen less of it. That's a selfie. That's a selfie. So, Scott Bryant, you're going to get the TV time the way you don't want it tonight, but give him the Full Velocity selfie stick. Everybody say to Scott, hey, under yellow here. We'll be come back live here with the restart of the call. 100 laps complete in the South Boston Speedway. They are. All right, 103 laps complete. Green flag back in the air. 22 laps remaining at the South Boston Speedway. Most recent yellow flag was put on the 80 of Keith Jeffrey, so he falls out of the top 5 and now back to the end of the longest line. The lead lap will restart like an 11th or 12th. We've had some pit stops shake up the field. Ty Majeski was leading Joey Mooch to the start there, but Joey's sliding back. Dave Bodio now up to second. And Perkins now up to third. Is Bodio to the low side on fresh tires. He spun Majeski. They make contact. Majeski around. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. And as things have changed. Bodio with fresher rubber versus Majeski's not so good rubber. They make contact through 3 and 4. Ty Majeski's quest for 3 in a row. Mayavis went around, and it's off the bumper, off the Nerf par of car number 16, Dave Bodio. Let's take a look at it once again on our full velocity instant replay. Hard-ass racing. Bring us our yellow flag. And there's the story right there. It is caught up with the right front tire. Majeski's car goes around. That's some drama, some implications, some hard racing. And we'll see if they call this one. But if I got to be honest, and I call him like we see him, I believe Dave Bodio is going to be responsible for that yellow flag. We'll see if they put him to the rear of the field and restack him and repack him, and we'll try to follow the story as we can. And we'll come back here live with the call to finish. 107 laps now complete, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, the lights are out around the speedway. This one has changed as Dave Bodio and Ty Majeski go to the rear of the field. This is going to put the lead into number 49 of Jason Perkins. Kyle O'Danick will be in the outside of the front row. Jerry Mercuccio about there running in third with Colin Allman, Chris Hyatt, and Tyler Chadwick. Our top 3 rows. We return to Green Flag Racing now, 111 laps. Going on the scoreboard, so a little less than 15 laps remaining, and Ken J. Perkins have a race fall to his lap. How about Kyle O'Danick, who has been so close to victory lane? Well, he is up high. His best chance for the lead is down in turn number 1 and 2, running the high lane. You look right there behind in that white car looming large is Colin Allman, number 67. Colin has been strong all night long. He will push O'Danick out to the race lead. Allman now going to work his way up to position number 2. And will drop Jay Perkins, that white number 49, now back to the third spot. Can Colin Allman, our fresher tires, take a peek? He's to the low side of O'Danick at 3 and 4. Looks like Colin Allman may have the run up the corner. He'll be scored the race leader as we complete lap number 113. We work it off turn number 2. O'Danick will fight back on the outside lane, but looks like Allman drove drive it deep into 3 and 4. How about this awesome high lane run for that 21 car? O'Danick driving his tail off, trying to finally put himself into victory lane. Allman got wicked loose off turn number 2. Almost lost that car completely. Somehow held on. It lets O'Danick run up high. They made a little bit of contact, and they more contact this time. Allman's car must make a little bit more of a kiss to the outside wall. He'll clear O'Danick, but for how long, as they are nose to tail in turn number 1 and 2. Jay Perkins running in third. He may be the car to watch right now because these two come together. Jay Perkins may slide on by as we have a yellow flag late. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. Somebody hit the wall bad. We have a good old-fashioned, looks like an SK modified parking lot. I believe in turns number 3 and 4. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And this one's going to have a lot to show and a lot to tell. Jack can't tell me all the cars, so let's kind of go back and take a look-see here to see what happened. Is that Tyler Chadwick, the 09 up high? Look at, got a couple cars together, and that's a mess. That's a straight-up mess. Try to call those cars out. What? That was some wicked hard racing. They're going to review this one under yellow. Race control is going to have their hands full, but somebody up in the air. Let's ride with Keith Jeffrey. It's a good idea. 88 car makes it through the wreck. He had to drive through a bunch. Let's go on board that General Tire Palovis Razor Jim Beaver Esports number 88 as they work through the corner. I'm a little bit behind the delay here, but as I see Chadwick bounce around up in the air. The C's part of the 88 washes his way right through it. Now, we're, in February, we're thinking Daytona. That looks like a restrictor plate wreck, and I'll tell you what, Mr. Jeffrey drove on through it. He's going to work his way now back up, and it looks like around the top 5 is, I believe, Majeski may have got around it as well. So this one's got laps running out. Going to put 120 to completion. Colin Allman now with the race lead over Kyle O'Danick, Japkins. Joey Marcello, maybe you can help me out there with that one. That's a hard name. Joey Mooch running in 4th. Ty Majeski running up the top 5. Keith Jeffrey, Jack can laugh all night long. I wish Todd was here for this name. I know Todd Stanton's out there in chat. Todd's watching. He says, good afternoon, good evening. I see Mike Sheffield out there. Mike with the 500 stars. Mike, you are the man. We appreciate that. Between him and Katie, we did not get skunked out there tonight. We certainly love all the support. But Todd, you missed a good one. You missed some wrecks. You missed some racing going on. And just saw probably the most wildest wreck we have seen all night long. And you are tuned into the right time. We are getting down to the finish here at South Boston Speedway. Colin Allman, Kyle O'Danick. That's going to be your top 2. Believe the lights will go out.
Phil,
Yes, Jack.
I want Todd to come in here and pronounce that name.
I do. I really do. Not if you can hear me. I know you're a channel above me. So, Todd, you can pop down here and take a shot at this name. I'm not Italian. I have not a chance. It's Joey Mooch running in 4th aboard car number 106. We had Marcello Refrano out there in the chat yelling for Mooch. I'm glad Marcello did that. I'm a fan of Marcello. He's a hell of a race car driver in his own right. Off of turn number 4, we go back under the OnRacingGuyFlag.com green flag. Colin Allman, Kyle O'Danick, Jay Perkins, our top 3. We have 3 laps remaining here at the 410 mile. It's going to go away really quick as we're down in 3 and 4. And Allman 67 will run the bottom. Now, can Ty Majeski with better tires, can he get back up to the race to the win? I think that's going to be a little bit tough. O'Danick is loose off of 2. Perkins trying to race with him. Perkins is looking for second under O'Danick. We'll have to pick up that race in 3 and 4. Mooch is there as well, the low side. And here comes Majeski in the 191. Can Ty Majeski on his way back to the top 3. He's running out of time. Colin Allman, he will see the white flag this time off turn number 3 and 4. He's already seen it. He's in 3 and 4 for the final time. Colin Allman will pick up the win in South Boston. Second for Kyle O'Danick. Ty Majeski. Quest for 3 in a row will fall short, but he'll grab a 3rd place finish. Joey Mercurio for 4th. Jay Perkins will finish up 5th. 6th for Corey Stockert. Keith Jeffrey 7th. Steve Costley, a good run for him. He gets an 8th. 9th for Chris Hyatt. And top 10 for Junior Harville is number 41, but he was 1 lap down. Brett Carpenter will finish up 11th with Dylan Opek 12th. Dave Bodio back in 13th. Brad Ringer 14th. Scott Bryant is the top 15 with Tyler Chadwick. Andrew McKenzie, Steve Rogers, Chris France, Gary Holbrick running our top 20. 21st to Zach Murphy. Derek Trowbridge 22nd. Glenn Russell 23rd. And Wick Webster running out our 24-car field. We're going to jump over to Discord for the post-race show presented by BladeNode.com. We'll hope you'll jump there with us live on your source for esports racing. back here live on the post-race show for the Full Velocity Racing Network this evening, brought to you by, as you, the good folks at BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. You need web hosting, VPS server, dedicated servers. Look no further than our friends over at BladeNode.com. Use promo code BLADE10. Get 10% off your first subscription. But we're down here trackside. Tonight's third place finisher of the car, number 191. Ty Majeski joining us tonight. Ty, it was a pretty wild night. You had a fast car, the most dominant car here in South Boston. But being dominant doesn't matter. You get, old tires late. You guys are fresh tires, a late race restart. You had to drive your way back. You got back up to third, man. But how do you feel after this one?
Yeah, it was a fun race. Obviously, hated to see that yellow there. But that's part of it. It was a fun race. Like I said, we had a good car. It's unfortunate, obviously. If he was just a little bit more patient, he would have won the race, no problem. He was obviously the first car in fresher tires, but just being impatient, it was silly. He had the race won, and he threw it away. But overall, it was a fun race. Again, we had a good car, just unfortunate, but it was fun coming back through the field anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun to just have a really good hot rod like you guys do week after week. You guys really bring some badass pieces out. Tell us about the racetrack. This place was in terrific shape. This is kind of a throwback to, it reminds me a lot of IRP the way it used to be in the day, where you had to really run the outside lane to be fast. It was really two good lanes of racing, but high side lane to be dominant. Looks like your car liked to be anywhere out there. Your car was
Yeah, I could kind of go anywhere. High, low, obviously it's really hard to pass here on the bottom. It makes it tough when my strategy going into the race was not to pit, just because I knew it was going to be so hard to pass. If I could have got a couple cars to stay out with me and get me a little bit of a buffer, so I could have kind of got out and ran a little bit, I think my strategy would have worked. But, all those guys, when you're sitting duck like that, they're going to just do the opposite of what you do. So no matter what, you're kind of in a bad spot. So that's part of it. Didn't want to see that caution there at the end. But overall, it was a fun race. I love coming out and competing with these guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to have all you guys out here, yourself as well. A really good piece tonight. Yeah, I felt that sit and duck. That was a perfect way to talk about it. I seen all those guys come in, and you were a lonely guy out there. But Ty, you drove back to the field, started fourth in the invert. You get a top three. Not a bad way to do it. You've been on fire here recently. We thought you had three in a row, but another podium finish. But let me give you the mic one more time and thank all the great people behind you guys' race team. You guys always bring flawless pieces out here.
Yeah, just everybody on the posse, Brian Wilkinson, Riley Stenja, Mark Logan, we all work together on these setups, and fortunately those two guys couldn't make it out tonight. Brandon's down in New Smyrna early for the World Series, and Riley's got some school stuff going on. So always a pleasure racing with them guys and building setups together, and definitely have the dominant hot rods right now, and I'll keep making them better for next week.
Absolutely. Well, bud, thanks for popping in. We'll do this again sometime. Ty Majeski, a third place run here at the South Boston Speedway. We'll let him go. No, he's a busy guy, got a lot to do, and always good to have a guy that can come up here and join us. So I will let him fly. We'll run down here. We'll talk about our second place finisher aboard car number 21, Kyle O'Danick. Now, said late race issues for Ty and Mr. Bodiel. You gave yourself a really good position on the restart. You were so close to picking up the win, man. How hard were you driving that car in those closing laps?
I was driving as hard as it would let me. I was kind of suffering there. I only took two, so never really had time for the right sides to come up to temp, and it was kind of hurting me. But I gave it what I could, and Colin's tough to beat if I have everything going right for me. So I just was able to benefit from circumstances, even being up there and racing with Colin and Ty. That's a lot of fun. It's cool to race with them.
Yeah, it really is right there. Those two guys really had some bad pieces tonight. You really did too. You had to start 10th. You had to put the qualifying run you wanted. You had to run through the heats, and you kept running up through the field. I mean, overall, a really good night for that car. It was really strong. Were you surprised late in the going that you find yourself with some strategy and some wreck cars around you with a shot for the win? So,
no, that's kind of what I aim for. My car is always on the long run, and it's always good on the long run. I aim for the long run, and so get the opportunity to come in and get two tires like that and try to play some strategy to take advantage, jump up and steal a win away is kind of what I'm shooting for. I just like a comfortable car, so it felt.
Kyle, you had a hell of a run, man. I've been cheering for that 21 car all season long. The win is so close. I thought tonight was the night. I knew Colin had good tires as well. He had a good race car. You did as well, my friend. A second place finish. Let me give you the mic one more time here around at the evening here on the Full Velocity Racing.
Yeah, we had a good run. Like I said, it's cool to be an independent running up with those big teams. And thanks to all the guys coming out. I think we had almost 30 guys show up tonight on our 10th, 11th race of the season. That's awesome. And you guys do a great job on the broadcast. And I'm sure that's why people keep coming back. So I appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys coming out. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
I believe you're right. 2 weeks away. We'll be back here once again at the EastWest Modified Tour. Our friend Kyle O'Danick, a terrific finish here tonight. Second place on for 21 team. BladeNote.com Victory Lane. Going to be a lonely place here as I look around. I don't believe Colin Allman is going to join us. So I want to congratulate him. Appreciate him coming out. Appreciate all you guys, Kyle and all the crew that make us, feel so home here at the EastWest Modified Tour, EastWest Ferocious. Look up this great league in iRacing. Thank our great sponsors once again here to round out the night. Let's thank Team Hard Motorsports, iRacing, iFlag.com, Voiles Trucking, JMax Journeys. Check them out at jmaxstrong.com. Also, thank you to BladeNote.com, the official sponsor of our post-race show. Got to thank the South Texas Speedway, Milner Media and Design, Sheffield Graphics, Trash Panda Graphics, 3D Racing, the Pit Pass by Katie Dugas, JP Designs, the Cyber Thunder Racing League, iRacing Dirt Painters, and, of course, the TDR Racing League. For Jack Truin, Todd Stanton, Ron Piles, and the rest of the crew here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, Phil LaCasse here. Going to sign off back here in a big way tomorrow night. Back at NR 2003 at the Talladega Super Speedway, the Polar Bear 250 will come your way 9 p.m. Eastern Time on your source for esports racing. Good night, everybody, from the South Boston Speedway.